Hey guys, this is MikeGoG with another King Arthur Legends Rise video. Got back from the lake. Sorry I didn't get a video uploaded. We were up there having fun fishing and going out jeeping and stuff. It was a good time. Had a great time with the family. Thanksgiving. It was pretty fantastic. We did get the update in and we did get a new character. I did pull for her and within 20 pulls I actually got her on the account. So once she was on the account, I stopped pulling. I figured I'd do a summons video when I got back. Where is she? She's somewhere down here. The new champion here is Valyria. This is going to be her completely maxed out after all of her chivalries and so forth. But as we look at her passive skills, after using any skill, 100% chance to gain Empress of Fortitude for 2 turns. That's going to be attack up, defense up. When attacking, if the target has protection, do additional damage to all enemies 3 times. So that'd be a great counter to Brendan teams, Guinevere, anybody that's putting shields and barriers up on themselves. Protection includes all of those, so that's actually pretty solid in that space. And then passive cooldown time 1, so that's on a 3-turn cooldown for that ability. Also has a 100% chance to grant each crow's favorite ally crit damage increase 1 for 2 turns. So it's funny, right before the break we were talking about crow's favor, and here we go, we got one. So that was actually worked out pretty good. When an ally is hit for that passive 2, 100% chance to inflict depletion on 2 random enemies for 2 turns. Depletion is going to be additionally decreases vigor on the target's turn. So that's actually pretty cool. 100% chance to grant the ally with the lowest HP escort for 2 turns. I think escort also Sigrun does this, where it's she takes on some of the damage, receives all damage on behalf of the escort target, also receives debuff and abnormal status in addition to damage, grants defense 2% to target. So that's kind of a cool, I don't know, keep clicking off that. It's kind of a cool way to do protection. So with that, building her pretty tanky would be a great way to kind of take care of some of your damage dealers that might be a little more squishy. And that is for the champion with the lowest HP. So that's going to be kind of a cool combination maybe with Arthur when he goes down to 0 HP and he's immortal. She would be taking on, although you wouldn't want her to take the damage because he's immortal, you might as well take it. But as you're trying to heal him back up, maybe she'd be taking that damage and take care of him. So, and that's on a 3-turn cooldown. 100% chance also to gain damage taken decreased for 2 turns. So that's going to be helping her take less damage as far as that goes. On the 3rd passive, when hit, 100% chance to remove 2 debuffs from self, 100% chance to remove 2 abnormal statuses from self, attacks 1 enemy, damage 70% of attack, 70% defense. So building her with high defense is going to be really helpful. If target has protection, 100% chance to grant the attacker brainwash, which is actually going to be pretty solid for 1 turn. Mainly I see this effective with Lot using brainwash. And also Rience, but he's not summonable. He's just, you know, in the Forbidden Dungeon and driving us all mad with his brainwash. And then also 100% chance to decrease the attacker's vigor by 3, which is pretty crazy. And that's on a 2-turn cooldown. So that's actually pretty solid, where you're bringing their vigor down quite a bit, getting to the A1s. That's going to be probably extremely helpful, and one of those things can be kind of hard to keep track of how much that is actually helping you, but I can see it being pretty solid. As far as her active skills, we got attack 1 enemy, 40%, and 28% defense, 60% chance to inflict taunt on her A1. So that's actually a pretty cool ability, because you get, every time she gets attacked, you're rolling through these cooldowns as far as getting brainwash up, as well as bringing their vigor down. So that's going to be pretty good with that A1 coming in there. Attack 1 enemy, damage 102 of attack, 70% of defense. Again, you're going to want to build her with high defense. Also, it looks like everything's kind of split between attack and defense, so probably some attack on there too. But I personally probably aim to make her as tanky as possible and let your damage dealers do the damage. 100% chance to inflict evasion rate decrease 2 for 2 turns. And then on the 3rd active skill, we've got attacks all enemies, damages 84%. So that's an AoE ability. 84% of attack, 54% of defense, 60% chance to inflict a taunt on an AoE ability, which is pretty cool for 1 turn. If selected target has protection, 100% chance to reduce target's vigor by 2. So with this skill, if you're going up against somebody like like a Brennan who puts shields on the entire team. That's going to be pretty awesome, bringing the vigor down by 2, and especially if she lands the taunt, then she's coming back to her A1 when she gets hit to almost taunt-mate. She can get in a perpetual rate of taunting the enemy, so they're just running their A1s. Meanwhile, as every time she cycles back to her turn, she could have the ability, if they're under protection, to bring down the vigor by 2, and then also on that passive, bring it down by 3 on a 2-turn cooldown. So there's a lot going on there as far as really disarming the enemy to do anything against you. So as we jump into the events, kind of got the standard things going on. We do have the 1-year anniversary event going on, and the rewards are in here kind of going through. I think, what do we have to do in here? Because I feel like rate up summons, popular summons, special summons. Well, there you go. That's why. And then mastery memory consumption. So I am actually going to do some of that today on this video before that expires. Currency consumption event. We are also going to do some rate up summons. I pulled her in 20 pulls, so that's why I've only done the 30. So we're going to get one more copy of her on the account, or go to 60, whichever happens first, to make sure we get all of those guys done. And we are going to use our legendary mastery memory stones to max out Aqua Guinevere if she's not done, and then move over to Revenant Merlin just to get some of these extra summons here on the clan activities. I got that dialed in, and then raid bounty, got that dialed in. So we're going to go through and get that on the account, and then we're going to talk about the other part of this update. Alright, so we're going to start out with doing some summons here. We're going to go through the relics as well as the special summons, just kind of get through. We got 58 to pity, so kind of a long way to go there, but we're going to go ahead and see if we can get a little lucky. Maybe, I think we have 40 pulls, so we'll get most of the way to pity, or we might get a little bit of luck on the account. Let's see what we got going on in there. I kind of skipped ahead. We got 1 rare item going on that pull. That's no good. We want to see at least a few rares just to get points. It would be pretty nice. Let's see what we got. We got 1 rare again. Ah, that's brutal. It's brutal. It's a good start. This is a real good start. So hopefully we get a little bit more luck on our side here. Usually on these guys, it takes me to pity all the time, except on the last video I think I said that and then immediately got 2 or 3 legendaries. So it's just like, all right, well, but every now and then you get a little bit lucky. So we'll hope for this 10 pull to get us there, and maybe. No, we did not get it on that there, but we are going to be getting these updated and upgraded. As you can see, we're starting to stack up some of these percentages pretty high. So my goal is to get, I think I have one relic on a uncommon character maxed out. So we'll get there, 59 away from pity here. So hopefully we don't have to get all the way up there. I'd love, oh, there we go, right out of the gate, nice. So on the Frost relic, who would I be looking to see on Frost legendary? Anything new would be fantastic. 3 rares as well. That is awesome. So let's skip ahead and see who we get. That is Hild. That's great for damage, so we will take that all day long. And she is a fantastic damage dealer with that, so that's going to get her first 2% going on there, so we'll get that updated. On the legendaries, I'm not selling those back in just because of the 5-to-1 conversion rate. I just don't feel like the value's there, so I am stacking those up and actually putting them on the account. If you're trying to get all of the relics as soon as possible, that is not the best strategy. It would be better to sell them and then get through the shard shop, get the relics you don't have. I think that would be a better move if you're trying to get specific relics on the account quickly. Especially the way they've got it going on in the shard shop now is kind of cool. All right, move over here. We're 20 away from pity, so we're guaranteed to hit a flame relic here. Let's see if we can get it a little bit early, or are we going to get it on the next one here? All right, we're going to pity. That's okay. So we'll get that. We got 1 rare. 1 rare. Come on, we can do better than that. And I think on the flame relic is the one. We're getting pity. And we got the 1 legendary plus a rare. Let's see who it is. We are getting, that is Lagertha's flame relic. That might be new for me. Did I pick that up already? That is new. Nice. That is awesome. So we're going to get that on the account. So that's going to be a brand new relic in the flame. Let's keep on keeping on. See if we can get lucky. We got 40 more to pull. Not going to guarantee anything, but hopefully we can get something outside of the pity system there. We got 2 rares. That's not enough. We are going to move on to there. Both of them Akalone. That's kind of fun. So we get that updated and upgraded. And nope. Still no on that. So we're going to move on to 1 rare. Alright, can we get lucky on this 10 pull? Let's see, I think we got 1 more after this. There's nothing. We're going to get some more rares on the account. 3 of them, though. That's not too bad. We'll take that. And last 10 pull for the flame relics here. Let's see if we can get a little bit luck. Oh, I skipped it. We didn't get lucky. I hate it when I do that. I like to watch the animation. It builds suspense. But anyway, so that's going to take care of those guys. Let's jump over to the special summons. Part of the event that's going on right now is getting the special summons or pulling them. So I've actually stacked up quite a few. We had the major update and then a lot of things reset. So while I was on break, I didn't do anything except for pull those 20 raid up summons. So got her on the account so I could play around with her a little bit. And then I was just horsing around and going through the chores and the motions. So I didn't notice how, I think it was 42 away from Pity. We'll have to take a peek at it. There's 3 rares. That's not too bad. So there's Rosier. That's one of our favorite rares. Let's back out of here and see how far we are from Pity. 28. So we got another few to go here. We got 131. So we're guaranteed to get at least 2 legendaries, maybe 3. Not quite. Not quite 3. So hopefully we can hit 3. Maybe even 4. I feel like I have 140 pulls. We should be able to get something like that. That seems fair. We got a Cormac. So that's not too bad there. We're getting those points earned for that event going on. Probably about to expire by the time this video goes live. So I got a couple more rares going in there. Another 100 points for the event. Let's see here. This is our Pity pull. We are guaranteed to get some. I should have looked at the wish list to make sure that everybody we got is Chivalry, is the right Chivalry. So we're getting 1 legendary there. Let's see who it is. So we got a Claudus. That's awesome. So I think that's like Chivalry level 5 maybe for my Claudus. So she's pretty far back there. So we'll go ahead and skip ahead on that. Let's see where we're at. Oh, that's Chivalry level 4. So even further behind. So we got not quite guaranteed to get 2 more. So we're going to hopefully get at least 2 more legendaries on the account from these summons. Then we'll move over to the raid up summons because that's also part of one of the events, getting those points and getting stuff on the account. So we're going to get another copy of the new champion Valyria. And let's see if we can get a little bit more going on our special summons. Get some serious chivalries going. We're not getting anywhere near 23. I did that the other day. I couldn't believe how much that my account changed after that day with all those chivalries coming in a single day. It took me, I just actually finished catching up all of my leveling from farming Gorgos and everything else, getting the experience and the gold. I just finally got all of my legendary characters maxed out again, so I'm starting to work on rares, moving them up to level 70, slowly but surely. But you know, it's a work in progress, but we're getting there. Every day is a step forward. So man, it's gonna send us all the way to Pity. This is no good. 3 rares. Who are they? Let's take a peek at 3 rares. We got Sarah Eisel, a bunch of healers coming across there. All right, so we're hoping to get a little bit ahead of schedule. Let's see here. No, it is taking us all the way to Pity. I think this next one is guaranteed Pity. So let's take a quick peek at that. We are 8 away. So yeah, this one is guaranteed. And then we got 40 more after this. So hopefully with that doesn't send us to Pity. Or maybe we get a twofer. Get a twofer? That'd be pretty sweet. Especially after all the Pity pulls. We got one. All right, we'll take it. Who did we get? Have you learned nothing from losing your wings? We got another Herja on the account. I think that's Chivalry level 6, I believe, for my Herja. Maybe 7, actually. I'm trying to remember how far we got her before I went on vacation. So that is 6. Okay, cool. So that's a great pickup for her. We do have her entire kit opened up with Chivalry level 5. We're just getting stats at this point, but we've almost got to a point where all of our champions have their full kits opened up, and it's just a matter of putting stats on them. Then we can go back and finalize, take them to level 10. So hers is a good champion to be working on, at least for me and my account where I am. So you know, we'll keep her in there for a little while longer and see. Hey, we're not going to Pity. There we go. Get a little bit of luck on our side. Let's see. And we got 1 legendary right there in the front. Another Claudus, so that's going to be pretty solid there. That'll get her up to Chivalry level 6, I believe. No, the last one was 4, so this is 5. Is that how it worked out? Yeah. So that's going to be pretty good. We got 20 more pulls. Let's see if we can get a little bit of lucky. Oh, man, back to back. We'll take it all day long. That's awesome. And guys, all the luck's at the end of the video. That's perfect. We'll take it. And bam, 1 more legendary coming in there. Let's see who we got. No one can tell where a launch arrow may land. That is another Claudus. 3 Clauduses on the day. So that's pretty huge. That's taking her from Chivalry level 3 to Chivalry level 6. Still haven't got her to Chivalry level 8, so she's going to stay on the wish list until we get her there. And then 1 last 10 pull here. Wow, back to back to back. 3 in a row on the legendary. That is incredible. I don't know what I did to deserve all that. All right, let's see what we got. I'm going to laugh. It's another Claudus. Have you learned nothing from losing your wing? So we got Hersia, now she's moving up to Chivalry level 7, so we're making some progress on her as well. Perfect. Let's move on to the rate up summons here. We've got 60 to pull, but we need to do a minimum of 40, but we're going to go until we get another copy of Valyria or pull 40, whichever one happens last. So, if that makes sense. So we got 4 rares on that. That's pretty good. We'll take that. And we'll go again, get some of these things on the account. After the update went through and the reset of Forbidden Dungeon and all that, there's a lot of opportunities to pick up rate up summons, and then getting that one in the shard shop every day is pretty much what I've got. I stopped spending on the game, so I think my final dollars in, I want to say it was 220, 240. I'll have to go back and look at my video, the last video where I spent money. But I haven't spent any money on the game or bought any rate up summons. I just don't feel like the target's moving away fast enough. I'm gaining on it faster than they're adding stuff to the game. So I want to keep the game fun as long as possible, and the more you spend, the faster you get to the finish line. So it's, you know, you're buying your fun away, I guess. But, you know, it is what it is. So we got a couple bod wins there. 4 rares in that pull is not too bad. We're going to keep on going. We are not quite to pity, but the next one would be guaranteed a copy of her. We didn't have to go all the way to pity, so that's pretty good. Let's see if we get a copy. We got 2, so my guess is maybe that was my pity pull, and the first one wasn't her. That makes sense. The Seeds of Distrust have blossomed, so that's going to be a copy of Gillian, which she is not on Chivalry level 8. She might be. I think she's still on my wish list, though. And then, Are You Ready to Bear the Weight of Hopes and Dreams? So that is our Valyria. So that is awesome. Got two pulls in there, so we'll take that. Smack. That sword reminds me of something out of Final Fantasy VII way back in the day with Cloud, for those of you that played that game. But it just is obnoxiously large. So that's going to be our 8th Chivalry for Gillian there, and we did get these guys as well, so that's going to be pretty solid. We're going to sit tight on these because we can't get all the way to another pity. So before we jump in and look at those chivalries and what they're bringing to the game, I did want to talk about this. We did get some new content as well as a new character for the 1-year anniversary. I don't know how excited to be as we look at the clan Hall of Conquerors. So I know when Hall of Conquerors launched, it was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. This is going to be a brand new competitive content. The clan Hall of Conquerors has been added. We're going to cooperate with our clan members to prove that our clan's the best. So we're competing against other clans. Should be kind of fun. It's going to be a 3-week season. For the first 2 weeks, you will face a boss monster in stages that change daily, followed by 1 week of calculation. So it's going to be basically 2 weeks of activity and 1 week of waiting. And then the clan rank will be calculated based on number of hearts destroyed. So I'm not sure to what extent we're cooperating with our clan, or if we're all just attacking the boss individually, or I'm not sure exactly how that's going to play out. It hasn't entered the game yet, but upon update tomorrow or later today when this video launches, it'll be in the game, so we'll get to be able to put our hands on it, which will be kind of fun. Following the end of the season, you'll be able to obtain abundant rewards based on your rank, including special portrait and a new item, Legendary Relic Shard Selection Scroll. So that could be kind of interesting depending on how that plays out. But that is actually new content coming to the game. And then we also had all the update that went along with the new champion as well. So we're not going to get into all that today. It wasn't overly exciting. I will say it was better than just getting a champion, so that's pretty exciting. That being said, it didn't enter the game until a week later, which is kind of weird that they put it in there, just kind of get y'all excited over here. I mean, like, hey, Hall of Conquerors clan, and then is preparing for a week. So, but that week's almost up, so we'll see what's going on with that. But let's jump into our chivalries, and we're going to go ahead and get some folks updated. Starting with Aqua Guinevere, we're going to go ahead and get her maxed out to level 70, so we're going to go ahead and pledge these guys to her. Again, the event's going on where we're getting some Relic summons for using these, so I try to use these in coordination with those to get kind of the best bang for your buck. But we got her going on there. We also got Hersia. We got 2 copies of Hersia to bring on to here. I didn't even look at what we got. On the 6, we got attack 15%, and then we're getting defense and HP 10%. So that's going to help her stay alive, be a little more tanky. Specifically in Hall of Conquerors, she seems to be one of my squishier champions, and I think that's probably a big part of not having her high in the Chivalry category. We did also get that copy of Valyria. We're going to get the Inherit Rage skill enhancement, 100% chance to grant each crow's favorite ally crit damage increase 1 turn. So honestly, that's not going to be a huge Chivalry for her unless you're running her in the crow's dungeon. I mean, you know, depending on who you're running her alongside, I mean, probably your best bet would be a Bedivere. I guess would be the damage dealer that would benefit the most from that. And then, yeah, so as we move through, I think she's going to be built out. We're getting more skills with Chivalry 2, Chivalry 3, Chivalry 4, all opening your kit up. And then we move right on to those stats. So that's going to be pretty good for her. 1 Chivalry on her is a little bit weak. Hopefully I have a chance to maybe get another Chivalry on her before the end of the event. We did get that copy of Gillian, so that's going to be another Chivalry, taking her to Chivalry level 8 and opening her kit up entirely. So we can take her off the wish list if we want to, kind of get to a point where we're going to have to start maxing some champions out. So, but we'll go take a peek, probably get Lot in there. I think he's already on the wish list, actually, now I'm thinking about it. We might get useless Charlotte in there. See if we can get her up to Chivalry level 8. So on the 4 Chivalry, we're getting a 100% chance to charge attack gauge by 10%. That's going to be pretty good. Speed and Clodus up there. Don't really use her in a lot of places, but when you do, it'd be nice to have it. And then you got attack percentage hit accuracy, so we'll take that as well. And then more attack percentage with that 6 Chivalry going on there. But getting her all the way to 8, that's where we get to really open up her kit and get the max use out of her. I did actually pick up one of Florentius's, so we're getting some crit rate up on his. So not too shabby. We're up to 10 Chivalries on the day, which is pretty solid. We did also pick up a couple items that we got 2 legendary characters here, also a legendary relic. So let's see what we get there. That is that Guinevere? It is Guinevere. I don't know if that's new or not for me. So we'll have to take a peek at that. And then let's pick these guys. Let's go ahead and do both of them there. Let's see who we get. We got Brennan. I think he's already Chivalry level 10. Maybe not. Calvin Arthur definitely is. So that's not too bad there. But, you know, that's points for the shard shop, which we could absolutely use. We'll have to take a peek in there and see if there's anything to pick up. Let's see if we can get a little bit of luck going on our side here. We got a Rosier. She's fantastic, but we already got her maxed out. And let's see, we got another rare character. That's not too bad. 44 of these guys. Let's get these on the account just so we can sell them. Pretty sure we did get a couple rare, 3 rares. That's not too bad. I think that's better than I normally do. We don't need that. We're going to go here and see about picking these up as well. So that is our 10th Chivalry for Brennan. So that's going to be 11 on the day. So we'll grab that, get him completely maxed out now. So that's pretty cool. Also have some headroom to start leveling up and working through Gorgos again and getting some levels moving in that direction. So we have a couple legendary characters to work on. And then I did almost forget, we also got Lagertha's Flame Relics, so we're going to go ahead and get that on the account, which I think that was a pretty fortunate pull, getting that going there. So that's going to be pretty solid as far as getting those relics going. But I think that's about what I got for you today. Getting back from the lake, trying to play catch up and kind of go through some summons and whatnot. Got a little bit of work to do. I'm almost stacking up, so we're going to have to jump into Gorgos maybe and get that dialed in. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Let me know what you think about the 1-year anniversary. I don't think it's over. I think we're still got some stuff coming in. We do have an update coming in later today that's going to replace some of these other events, the ones that are going on for the next 7 days, 14 days. That's going to be something going on. But the 1-year anniversary event is continuing here. Is 14 days. So my guess is each week we're going to have kind of new pieces of that. So the 1-year anniversary events are probably going to be going for, I would imagine, 3 or 4 weeks would be my best guess. But we'll see. We'll see what happens after this. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me all the way to the end, and I look forward to seeing you next time.